Who do you think is the best bang for their buck on the 49ers currently, contract-wise?
It might be McKivitz at tackle. He never misses games. He is above average. He's making like $14 million a year.
That's actually, I did not think you were going to go Colton McKivitz because I don't think a lot of Niner fans would say that.
I think that's a great choice.
No, it's a great choice because he's only making $26 million guaranteed at a premium position. The tackle position,
never hurt.
Obviously, it's a right-handed throwing quarterback, so left tackle is going to get broken off more, and Trent Williams is a Hall of Famer and is going to just command that because he's still one of the best in the business. But Colton McKivitz gets slept on for what he means for this squad and for Kyle Shanahan in this offense, too, because you don't really get broken off in a Kyle Shanahan offense unless you are Trent Williams.
Yes.
Hell, they drafted a first-rounder in Mike McGlinchey. Didn't re-sign him.
No.
So it's been a revolving door for a while now there. So the fact that you went out and said Colton McKivitz is right now the best contract on the 49ers really says something. No, value. I think that, again, contract value, whatever you want to say.
When healthy, I think the argument for Kittle and Warner is absolutely just, it's at the top of the list. If you're asking me truly, though, best value on the team, it's probably Kyle Shanahan.
Oh, well.
I mean, he can affect every play. But that doesn't count. That's
not against the cap.
Yeah, that doesn't count. So I don't think I could utilize him. But if you're asking me straight up, like, normally it'd be Fred Warner and George Kittle, just because, again, we devalue financially around the league tight ends and linebackers.
Yes.
And if I take Fred off the field, we're just dramatically different.
And, I might take a guy like Deommodore Lenoir, who, again, suited up every game last year, healthy, stays out there, has the mentality you want, is never going to get the glitz and glamour of all the other, top defensive backs in the NFL. Yeah. You go to his practical guarantees, Joe, it's $38 million. He's down there like 18, 19 in overall guarantees for a lot of these other quarterbacks, but there's not 18 better corners than him. He's in the conversation of that tier 2 kind of maybe not tier 1, but tier 2 really, really good.
He is. Yeah, he's a really good player.
Yes.
I actually think he's as good, if not better, in the slot, but because they brought in Upton Stout, who's good, it feels like they're not necessarily utilizing him the way they could. I think he could be a guy that could shadow people. And I'd like to see him do more. I know Saleh doesn't believe in that. I wonder if Raheem is going to do that. No, he has absolutely been great. He's never hurt. He tackles really well. He's a dog out there. I love Deommodore Lenoir.
How would you rate him as opposed to like a Jalen Waddle on the other side? In terms of like just production.
Deommodore Lenoir?
Yes.
Oh, I would rather have Deommodore Lenoir than Jalen Waddle.
Okay, so just for reference, Deommodore Lenoir makes the same amount of money as Jalen Waddle does, but you're paying him for 5 years instead of 3, like Jalen Waddle is getting.
So you're getting way better.
Your production, you're getting 2 more years of production with the same price.
Which goes back to my wide receiver conversation. I just think it's the one position right now in the league, and I look at the Niners and they're hurt, and we'll get to them specifically about it, but it's the one position I don't understand why we're throwing so much money. I'm not saying you can't pay them. I'm not saying that they don't bring value. Like, dude, sign me up for Amon-Ra St. Brown yesterday.
Sure.
I will take Justin Jefferson yesterday. Those guys are worth every penny. What I'm saying is, I think one of the worst signings a team can do is that second wide receiver making bloated money and at the expense of a tight end or a linebacker or a guard. Like, I hate that. I hate seeing 2 wide receivers get broken off like that because I just don't think you can justify it in this league.
Well, and also Kyle Shanahan's spoken about this all offseason. The reason the Niners didn't go far last year, on top of the injuries, which was probably the biggest part, missing key all-pro players, you're not going to just overcome that. You just can't with guys like Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, George Kittle, obviously. But not being able to establish the run and have a good running game killed them last year. This is a run-first offense. When they have gone to 2 Super Bowls, they've been one of the best running attacks in the NFL. Last year, the fact that they couldn't even run the ball consistently, they were one of the worst yards per carry team in the NFL with Christian McCaffrey, forced them to be a throw-first offense at times with Brock Purdy. And when you don't have those dogs out there, when you don't have that consistent production out there, you're just not going to be able to mitigate that. And you're going to have more 3-and-outs. It's going to have more stalled drives. And they're going to just not respect your running game. They, meaning the defenses, the elite defenses like Seattle, they're going to force you to throw, and when they have the secondary players like they do, and you'd have Juwan Jennings as your number one wide receiver, it's just not going to cut it. You're not going to get separation.
No.
So it would have worked last year for Shanahan, maybe if you had a Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase, but ultimately it didn't work because you couldn't run the ball. And it still is about establishing the run and setting the tone there. That is what this upcoming season is going to be all about, Joe. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't concerned that we might be using Christian McCaffrey a lot more still. And I hope Kalen Black could alleviate some of that. But I don't think we're talking about that aspect enough heading into this season. It's been a lot about the wide receiver depth because of Kittle's, not Kittle, but, well, Kittle's part of it. But Evans having the quad strain, Stribling having the hamstring. All of a sudden, Deebo Samuel might be a starter when he was an afterthought a couple months ago. Like, all of a sudden, we're talking about the wide receiver depth when maybe we should be worried about the running back depth. Is kind of what you're getting at. Maybe. Maybe.
Well, look, last year Kendrick Bourne came out of nowhere. He had a 3-week stretch where he had like 500 yards.
For sure.
Or whatever it ended up being.
No, it's true.
Like out of nowhere.
But
DeMarcus Robinson was on ice for how many weeks?
Oh, weeks, yeah.
Who showed up the biggest in the Philly game?
Oh, DeMarcus Robinson.
He was incredible.
Yeah.
Now, look, don't get me wrong. You need guys to get open because the very next week against Seattle.
Oh, they were cooked.
They couldn't get open.
No.
You know, they couldn't get open. But teams run a lot more zone now. I look at these teams that have unbelievable play callers, and I say, you can withstand letting that second receiver go more so than some of these other teams.
Well, that was also a big talking point with who? T. Higgins, right? In Cincinnati. And he's still there. So it's T. Higgins, it's Jamar Chase. But ultimately, the guy that was the only player they had with a pulse on defense for a while was Trey Hendrickson, who was like, guys, like, I get it. It's Joe Burrow, it's Jamar. Like, what about me? Is anyone going to pay me?
And they lost their safety the year before during the whole T. Higgins situation.
That whole team, by the way, is we'll see. We'll see with the Cincinnati Bengals. That seems like the team everywhere. People like every year you try to talk yourself into a team and it feels like it's always the Bengals. Well, if they stay healthy, well, they never do. And their defense can't stop a nosebleed every single season. Which now leads us to the conversation I think a lot of people have been having the last 24 hours. And I was listening on our airwaves yesterday, and whenever it comes out, this is what we do. And again, I'm a sucker for it. I love it. The like lists in general, we've had this conversation, Joe. We're never going to quit them.
I'm a little fatigued on this particular one, but continue.
Okay. The 2026 quarterback tier list. It's every single year. Mike Sando, if you don't know who he is, writes for The Athletic, very good at what he does. He, does these tier results, and he has a panel of 50 voters, all right? And this year's panel consisted of 8 general managers, 5 assistant GMs, 5 former GMs, 3 other executives, plus 9 head coaches, 10 defensive coordinators, 5 offensive coordinators, 2 offensive assistants, et cetera, et cetera. So 21 executives and 29 coaches overall. Each voter placed 35 veteran quarterbacks into 5 tiers. All right, excuse me. I think I said 4 earlier. There's 5. From best, tier 1, to worst, tier 5. Quarterbacks were then ranked by average vote and placed into tiers. The survey excludes rookies because voters have not seen them play in the NFL. So there's no Fernando Mendoza in this year's. All right?
Well, that's fair.
Okay. Tier 1. I'm going to give you the criteria for these tiers. Are you ready? I'm explaining to you and the audience. Carries his team each week. The team wins because of him. Expertly handles pure passing situations. And the 4th criteria, has no real holes in his game. Okay, this is tier 1 QBs. I'm going to give you who they are.
No real holes. All right, let's hear this.
Patrick Mahomes. All right.
I mean, come on, yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Number 1. People are going to argue, it should be Josh Allen. Whatever. It's Patrick Mahomes.
No, Patrick
Cry
Mahomes.
about it. He has 3 Super Bowls. Let the rings do the talking. Josh Allen. And I guess it shows it's a tie, right? For 2.
Josh Allen turns the ball over. I love Josh Allen. He ggets a little reckless. He does have a hole. I love the guy. He's one of my favorite players.
But you would agree, he's a tier 1. And thank you for the music, by the way. This does get my juices flowing. All right.
Yeah, he is tier 1, but this thing that has no real holes, like, okay, just keep going.
I'll keep going. Because he's tied at number 2 with the reigning league MVP, Matthew Stafford. And I'm glad they put him as a tier 1 quarterback because you and I say it all the time. He gets disrespected in these.
I got no issue with Stafford there.
All right. And then you got the last of tier 1.
Who?
Joe Burrow.
Health is in what? Like a hole in his game? Health isn't a hole in his game?
He missed 9 games to injury last season.
Okay.
And it wasn't enough to knock him out of the tier 1 ranks.
I like Joe Burrow a lot. In fact, I mean, God, I was so intoxicated when he kicked the crap out of the Niners a couple years ago. And the guy's incredible. It's a huge year for him.
We act like he's a bona fide Hall of Famer for as long as he's been out here. He's not a Hall of Famer. If his career ended...
we're way too early on that.
No, but we compare him to his peers in Josh Allen, MVP.
No, he's below them.
Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP, and yet the way we discuss him is like he's won an MVP.
I think it's because
the one win.
He's been eating off of one win over Patrick Mahomes in the AFC title game a few years ago.
Yeah, but he did almost win the second one the following year when they played at Kansas City, and that hit out of bounds by the linebacker.
He also beat Josh Allen in Buffalo too, which was a big game.
So I think he's looked at the guy like he could beat Mahomes in the playoffs, which is something that few others can do, and I think he gets elevated because of that.
I also think he gets a lot of the, shine from what he did in college, and it translating in him being that guy ever since being at LSU. He has that image.
There's a Kawhi-like enigma aura around him.
Yes, he's very, he's into fashion. He's all this. He's kind of recluse at times.
Smoking cigars, smoking Joe.
Cool Joe, smoking Joe, whatever you want to call him. All right.
But I still can't believe Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, that LSU team.
It was so stacked.
This is the most ridiculous team of all time.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire was on that team, I think, right?
Yeah, he was. He was running back.
All right.
God, that team.
So that's tier 1. Tier 2.
Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase as your wide receivers in college. That is,
I know.
The two.
That might be the greatest. I know we have a hurricane in the back. I know. Well, but that LSU team, when it comes,
Reggie Wayne and the guy who put
Andre Johnson.
I mean,
but that's the equivalent, right?
No question.
That's the equivalent.
Reggie Wayne was so sick.
No.
Andre Johnson was so sick.
But the great equalizer, I guess, would be that the quarterback for LSU.
Yeah, they had Ken Dorsey.
They had Ken Dorsey, but we're taking Joe Burrow.
Of course we are.
All right, tier 2. This is the criteria for tier 2 quarterbacks. Carries his team sometimes. Handles pure passing situations in doses. Or has other dimensions that elevate him above tier 3.
Okay.
Has a hole or two in his game.
Okay.
First quarterback. Lamar Jackson.
Of course.
Yes. I don't know how I feel about that. I think he's a tier 1 quarterback, but...
Yeah, whatever.
All right.
We're splitting hairs.
Justin Herbert. Everyone loves their Justin Herbert. See what he was doing yesterday at practice? Kissing his fiance, Madison Beer. Good for them. I love those lovebirds. Keep kissing. All right. Dak Prescott, number 7. I actually think, I was like, great. I'm actually having some respect around the league for Dak Prescott. Feels like he gets disrespected in the media more often than not. But the league, again, this is leagues. Head coaches, executives, general managers, Dak Prescott, number 7. Number 8, Drake May.
Too soon.
Too soon?
Continue.
Okay. He's tied with Jared Goff. Again, this is tier 2 quarterbacks.
Goff is a great regular season quarterback.
This is a tier 2 quarterbacks. Mike Sando's quarterback list. 50 executives, coaches vote on this every single year. Number 10 in the tier 2 quarterback list, Jordan Love.
How does he? Okay.
Number 11, and here we go, Niner fans. Number 11, Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, number 11. Tied with Caleb Williams. Interesting.
So he's tied? It's the only tie?
They're tied.
So those are all your tier 2 quarterbacks.
We rounding out the tier 2, you got Jaden Daniels, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold.
Jaden Daniels?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence, Jalen Hurts.
Trevor Lawrence, get out of here.
He had a good year last year.
No, actually he didn't. I watched. No, he is a byproduct of Liam Cohen.
He had a good year last year compared to his previous years.
No. Yeah, okay, again, compared to previous years, I would agree. I'm so out on Trevor Lawrence.
Well, the panelists were kind of split on him. It was 26 votes in tier 2, 23 in tier 3, and he had one voter vote him into tier 1.
Look, I'm just gonna.
I don't know about that.
I'm just gonna say what I feel. Regular season, that's one thing, right? You guys want to put Purdy 11? I get it. Whatever. I think a lot of these guys, 6 through 11, 12, are interchangeable, but week to week.
Okay,
I really do. I think most of them are. Purdy's done things in playoff games Herbert would die for. Purdy's done things in playoff games Dak would die for. Purdy's done things in playoffs that Drake needs to be able to do over multiple years. Purdy's done things that Jared Goff would die for in the playoffs. And Purdy's done things that Jordan Love would die for in the playoffs. So you could say that some of these guys have had higher regular season moments and maybe throughout the regular season have shown some things or whatever. Like, of those guys, Herbert, Dak, Drake, May, Goff, Jordan Love, and Purdy, who you taking third week of January on the road? Game-winning drive.
Ooh, game-winning drive? Interesting.
I'm probably taking Purdy over all of them.
Yeah.
And really, that's all that matters to me, a Niner fan.
The one guy had taken over him in recent years would probably be Jalen Hurts. But Jalen, again, he's so predicated his game, it feels like on the offensive coordinator who's out there.
That playoff game last year, I can't unsee. I think it's a huge year for that offensive coordinator and Jalen. And I gave him the benefit of the doubt.
And that head coach, quite frankly.
Joe, he couldn't hit the right side of a barn.
No, it was bad. They were all healthy, too. The Niners were the hurt team.
Joe, I want to just for a second. Purdy's played Dak in the playoffs. Now, you play the other defense.
Twice.
That Dallas defense was sick.
One time. That was Jimmy was the other one. Yeah.
That Dallas defense was sick.
So good.
Purdy slightly outplayed him.
Yeah.
If not more. Purdy played Jared Goff in an NFC Championship game. Who outplayed who?
Purdy outplayed him towards that second half.
Now, I know you played defenses.
First half it was Jared. Second half it was...
when it was crunching time.
Nut crunch.
Jordan Love outplayed Purdy for about 2 quarters of that game. What happened in the third and fourth quarter?
Fizzled. He fizzled.
Purdy went head-to-head with these guys. And then Purdy only played Caleb that one time, and it was an unbelievable game. And Purdy was outstanding.
Yeah. The only guy that beat him in the playoff game in this group outside of Jalen Hurts once upon a time prior, but Sam Darnold. He beat him.
Joe.
But it wasn't a Sam Darnold game. Sam just didn't really need to make a mistake.
I do the way I view quarterbacks based on how much do I trust you second, third week of January, playoff time, and you happen to be on the road. That's it. I watched Brock Purdy go in to Philadelphia, the defending champs, for as banged up as that team might have been, talking about the Philly team, and as psychologically messed up as they might have been. I watched him go in there, lose George Kittle in the first half.
Yeah.
Not have a Ricky Pearsall suited up, and was throwing to DeMarcus Robinson, Christian McCaffrey,
Jake Tonjes,
Kendrick Bourne, Jake Tonjes. Are you kidding me?
Kyle Juszczyk ended up being like the tight end guy for them.
He started that game with a touchdown drive. He finished that game with a touchdown drive. I'm sorry. I'm done trying to argue to fools who don't want to buy in on Purdy. I'm not here to say that he's one of the greats. He's not. He's really freaking good. The only question I have for him as a Niner fan, can the guy stay healthy?
I think that is the only question mark remaining for Brock Purdy and why you would ever doubt this guy. And don't give me he hasn't won the big one. Neither has Josh Allen. Neither is Lamar Jackson. Neither is Joe Burrow. Neither of a lot of these guys outside of who? Jalen Hurts, now Sam Darnold, Matt Stafford, and Patrick Mahomes.